If I could take a moment and just tell you, I am truly sorry to hear of the passing of Khabib's father. And I'm a little bit nauseated by some of the opportunists who I've seen out there to come out and try to extend a condolence to Khabib, who they don't know, about the passing of his father, who they also don't know, and chose to do it in some kind of a public forum. And I wouldn't judge anybody. I just want to make sure that I disclose that isn't my attempt right now. I just can personalize this in that I've been in Khabib's spot. And the passing of your father, particularly for a male, is a very, very difficult day. And in your time in this game of life, you're going to have a number of really difficult days, but that's one of those that sits right up there. And every man has another man that he can turn to. And that's generally your father. And you guys could relate to that, right? You get in a jam, something happens at school, you owe some money over here, whatever it could be, but you don't have anywhere else to go. Who do you go? You go to your dad. Every time, I don't know what to do, so I called my dad, right? I mean, that's a very real thing. And if you're even more lucky like Khabib, or I put myself in the same spot where you had a good dad, it's a very special thing, but there's still that rock. There's still somebody that you could fall back on, whether that was for advice or fill in the blank. And when you have somebody that is such a powerful figure in your life, like Khabib's dad was, but then it even superseded over Khabib. It went to the nephews in the family, but then it even superseded over relatives. And it went to boys within the village, within the community that didn't have anywhere else to go, that needed somebody. And it wasn't about the punches and kicks. I appreciate that Mr. Nurmagomedov became Coach Nurmagomedov. I appreciate that very much. But that's never the game that a coach is really playing. The great coaches are there to mentor. The great coaches are there to teach, but it's not the sport. Everything's guised as the sport, as a way of bringing people together, teaching them about hard work and discipline and goals, and what can be achieved when everybody pitches in and helps out. To teach young men with distractions a skill set, and above everything else, send them home tired. That is the real key and the real beauty to a coach. And I never met Khabib's dad, but I felt like I knew him. I felt like I knew him because I know coaches just like him. I had a father that was similar to him. I feel as though I know the spot that Khabib is in, because having your father in your corner as somebody there to drive and motivate you, but also the ultimate problem solver should one come up. And now that falls to you. Just like that. One day you wake up, you make that phone call, nobody's going to answer. And you got to figure that out on your own. And it's a very tough spot, but it's a very real spot. It's very hard to look at what's happening with Khabib in this situation, remain heartfelt on one hand and say, I'm sorry, but not ask the sports question on the other. It's a very difficult balance, which is what does happen. What does happen with the fight with Gaethje by example, where head coach and trainer is no longer there? Is that an extra motivation? Is this, I'm going to go out and do this for you, Dad? Or is this, hey, everybody, I got to put this on hold. My head's not right. I got a number of things that aren't right. And this fight is going to take a lot of focus. I don't know the answers to that. And I don't wish that on Khabib other than luck. I wish him good luck. I wish him good prayer. Khabib, I am sorry.